Paul George scored 35, a huge bounce-back game for him. Kawhi Leonard scored 32. Clippers beat the Mavs 154-111. Here was Paul George after the game.
Whatever it was, I mean, the bubble got the best of me. I was just in a dark place. I really wasn't here. I checked out. So these past couple games, it was just difficult. I had, talks with a psychiatrist, our team psychiatrist, and I just felt it. My energy, my spirit just changed. I felt just in a great place, and that's all I needed. That's all I needed. I drowned out the noise, and I came here and I knew what my job was. I left it all on that court, and when I got off the court, I checked out, and now I'm ready to move forward.
So again, the 35 points from George last night, more than he had in the previous 3 games combined. And Coach Fizdale and Vince Carter with me here this morning. And guys, we'll talk some basketball here. And so let's get into that there. Vince, what did you see that was the difference from Paul George last night after he had struggled so much the previous 3 games?
I saw a comfortable Paul George, confident, and I feel like he just went out there and played the game of basketball. And whatever was worrying or bothering him or in the back of his mind, once he stepped in between the lines last night, he was a different beast. And the one thing I noticed, he was not settling for 3-point shots or anything in the first quarter. He was attacking, he was getting to the rim, he was trying to get as many easy baskets as he possibly could. Coach Fizz I recall him telling me that, hey, when you're struggling, get as close to the basket, get some layups, get some free throws as you can, and then work your way from there. And I noticed how he did that. He was trying to get downhill, and he was trying to get fouled or get a layup, and then you work your way out from there once you see the ball go through the net a couple of times.
Coach, let's talk a little bit about the psychology piece of this. You heard Paul George very openly there talking about how look, these are unimaginable circumstances these players are playing in. They're in a bubble away from their families, away from their lives. We have the circumstances that we spent the first 25 minutes of our show talking about today, where so much of the focus and attention has been on issues of social justice. And through all of that, these guys are trying to play their best basketball. So it became difficult for Paul George, and he openly acknowledges that as his coach. How do you handle something like that?
I applaud a guy like that. I think it shows incredible courage. A lot of he's very open about how he was feeling. He was very vulnerable about it. And I think that being that vulnerable and open shows a courage to me. And so, especially for a black man to talk about something that he's going through mentally, Vince can attest to this, that there's a stigma in our community that you shouldn't talk about mental health and what you're going through mentally, and it's weak, and it's not something that's looked upon well. So for him to do that and step up and say that, was a big thing, and I think it helped clear his head to go out there and perform the way he did.
I think it's remarkable. I think one of the things that fans sometimes underestimate is just the amount of mental focus that is required to play these games at the highest level. And when you're doing it under these circumstances, which to call them adverse would obviously be so understating the circumstance. I think it was well handled by George. And look, if he gets going, they obviously become very dangerous. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.